2025 Giro d'Italia, stage 21. Behind me, well, Circus Maximus. We're here in Rome, and this is the place where ancient gladiators once battled. Today, the modern Colosseum of cycling closes its gates after 21 brutal stages throughout Italy and the start in Albania. Primož Roglic, gone. Juan Ayuso, gone. Those pre-race favorites, the riders we are naming. But the rider many people discounted, Simon Yates, comes out on top. The British rider from Team Visma Lease Bike, taking home the pink jersey after an 11-day run by a surprise ride from Mexican Isaac Del Toro. What a 3 weeks it's been. Closed out today right here in the ancient streets, the capital of Italy, the way it should be. And Visma Lease Bike has a reason to party, even more so because at the end of the day, Wout van Aert, Edoardo Affini led out Olav Kooij to his second stage victory here in this edition of the 2025 Giro d'Italia. Olav Kooij celebrated, came in here, Wout van Aert grabbed him, the whole team partying, wearing their black and pink kit in honor of Simon Yates. And then Simon Yates rolled in. He told me he didn't even see the sprint, wasn't up in the action, but was happy the team pulled it off in a day that was all celebration around Simon Yates, because when the day kicked off, he was there, pink bike, pink shorts, pink everything, rolling out to the Vatican City. Special greeting from Pope Leo XIV from Chicago, just recently announced. He greets the cyclists, greets all the jersey winners. Nairo Quintana goes up to give the Pope a special message. And then the riders were out of the gates of the Vatican and onto the streets of Rome for the final stage. After some Prosecco was drank and team photos were taken, it was serious business. A move of 6 went off the front and it was whittled down these closing laps, I think 8 or 9 at around 9.5 kilometers each time coming up here to this little hill that overlooks Circus Maximus. Last year we finished over there by the Colosseum, stage 1 by Tim Merlier, second place with Jonathan Milan in the Ciclamino. Well, today it was over to Olav Kooij. Up there was Caden Groves, but no one can match the lead-out work of first Edoardo Affini, then Wout van Aert. The lead-out delivered Olav Kooij to victory, and the celebrations ensued. These 3 weeks have been magical. First with that start over in Albania, the stage win by Mads Pedersen. It'd be the first of 4 victories that he would take in this Giro d'Italia. He first had the pink jersey, then he held the Maglia Ciclamino, the points purple jersey, for the rest of the race, and he's taken it home today. Primož Roglic, race favorite coming in 2023, victor. Well, he did enough in that time trial to take the pink jersey, but unfortunately luck wasn't on his side with 4 crashes along the way, and eventually he had to abandon. The same with Juan Ayuso, who just wasn't on form, had a crash on the gravel, and then finally a bee sting took him out, and he wasn't there to support his Mexican teammate, new rising star, Isaac Del Toro. Isaac marked history, becoming the first Mexican to have the pink jersey. He picked up a stage win as well and nearly won the dang race. If it hadn't been for the Col della Finestre, where Simon Yates remounted, came back from his 2018 disgrace, just murdered out there on the climb, on the gravel climb by Chris Froome. It wasn't much of a disgrace. Simon's still a great rider, but it was not a great day for Simon Yates back in the day, and a lot of things have changed since that time. There he was finished off by Chris Froome, and after winning so much in that year's edition and then not being able to pull it off that year, well, he was upset. He went on to the Volta a España, he won there, he stayed with Mitchelton Scott, he stayed with Jayco, and finally this year he needed a change and went over to Team Visma Lease Bike, a team that has star Jonas Vingegaard in it. Well, in his first Grand Tour, he comes in and he makes his mark. He wins the dang race, and he does it on the Col della Finestre, leading up to Sestriere yesterday, where he'd missed out on his chance back in 2018. And he said, well, a lot of things changed over the offseason. We saw him so emotional yesterday, and today he was so happy as well. The whole day was just special for him. Also, his partner came in today to celebrate with him, and he said he'll go on to the Tour de France in support of numero uno in the team, Jonas Vingegaard. And we can't forget about the ride of Isaac Del Toro, because with the second place, he maintained second yesterday when the standoff between him and Ecuadorian rider Richard Carapaz, former race winner. Richard Carapaz took home third, Isaac Del Toro second overall with the white jersey of best young rider. And we can't forget our Canadian friend, Derek G. What an awesome ride. And I asked him this morning, what can he work on in the next years? Well, he says clearly he needs to work on his explosivity in order to match those riders when they do those kicks. So we saw Richard Carapaz doing so much yesterday, and of course Simon Yates after 3, 2, 4, well, I lost count, 4 attacks I think it was until he was finally free. Derek G needs to practice on that, train a little bit more so he can do that and match those smaller, more punchy riders. We can't forget Lorenzo Fortunato really dominated the mountains competition, taking home the blue jersey. Congratulations to Lorenzo. And a heck of a race we had. And the gravel stage, well, that marked what many noted as the comeback of Wout van Aert. He said he was never gone, but he wasn't at his best, especially after the Volta a España crash last year, but he came back. I think he came back, and we'll all say he came back, winning that stage over Isaac Del Toro, and then doing the job for yesterday on the Finestre for Simon Yates, and all along the race, the lead out for Olav Kooij, and today, again, the lead out for Olav Kooij, picking up his second stage win in this Giro d'Italia. It's been a hell of a journey, all the way from Albania, 3 stages, up through Puglia, drinking the wines, logging my runs on Strava. I'm glad you came along with me, with us at FloBikes. And I want to mention, this coverage wouldn't have been possible without Bicycle, your best place online to buy and sell pre-owned bikes. Do you have too many bikes in your garage or shed? Well, no problem. Head on over to bicycle.com/FloBikes and list your bikes in minutes and sell to cyclists worldwide. And get your 30% off seller discount code. Along the way, over those 3 weeks, gravel stages, up in the mountains, up in the Alps, a little touch into Slovenia where the fans cheered on Primoz Roglic despite having to abandon later on, and then up to the northwest. Eventually we reached Sestriere, and today, after a 7-hour drive, I made it here to Rome, and I was able to watch the celebrations. Simon Yates on top, the British twin brother of Adam Yates, who was supporting Isaac Del Toro, takes home the famous Giro d'Italia Trofeo Senza Fine, the Spiral Trophy, as 2025 Giro d'Italia winner.